is Delia Van Prague, and this is Nothing Ventured. Today we have our friend Shaina here on the pod. How are you, Shaina?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Alright, let's get right to it. What brought you to Venture House?
So what brought me to Venture House, I was hospitalized for mental health reasons, and one of the social workers told me about Venture House, and then I did research on my own, and I was like, ooh, this is definitely somewhere I want to be. And then I did my tour, and the rest is history.
Yeah. How long have you been a member?
I've been a member for about 2 months. It's going on 3.
Wow. And you already are like making a name for yourself here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's good to be so involved. I find the less involved I am, the less good I feel. Anyway, do you mind me asking what your diagnosis is?
Sure. I have bipolar disorder and OCD. I might have borderline personality also and anxiety, but my main two are bipolar and OCD.
Yeah, mine is schizoaffective and OCD. OCD is something else. Anyway. And was that how long have you had the diagnosis?
So it's been about a year. For me, I didn't really struggle with mental health until like more into adulthood, and then I kind of had a big crash with mental health, and then I got the diagnosis.
Gotcha. Sometimes that's how it happens, where things just start to boil over. Do you take medication?
Yes, I take a lot of medications. At first, I was very stubborn, but with my mom's help, I am now taking my medicine every day, and I am a big advocate of people taking their meds. It's very important.
Yes, me too. I am on a ton of medications, which I don't want to be on them, but I definitely need them. And it is an everyday thing because they don't work if you don't take them.
Exactly. I have alarms set in my phone for the morning, for 6 p.m., and for 8 p.m.
Yeah, there you go. Morning, noon, and night. Do you have any side effects from the medication?
Thankfully, no, but I also have lupus, and if I don't take those meds, I do have side effects. Like, for example, my eye would swell, or I would have joint pain and different types like that. So from the psych meds, no, but from lupus, yes.
Oh, wow. Can you tell us a little bit like what lupus is like?
Sure. So lupus is an autoimmune disease. Unfortunately, there's no cure. But what it does is like your cells attack each other, and it can affect your brain, your blood, and your kidneys and different other organs. For me, it makes me clot easily, so I have to take a blood thinner. It affects my joints a lot, so I have to take medicine to make sure I'm not in pain all the time. And right now, I'm also taking a medicine for my kidneys just to make sure my kidneys are functioning right, because the longer I have lupus, the more my organs will deteriorate. So I just have to, it's rough. It's not easy. There's some days where I'm really tired. There's some days where I'm in pain. But thankfully I have really good doctors and I have a good support system that helped me through it.
Yeah. That's a lot to juggle that along with mental health stuff.
I have a lot of doctors.
Yeah, you got a team.
Yeah.
That's good. That can be very good. What brings you joy?
A few things. Definitely music, my family, being at Venture House. But what really brings me joy is being there for others. Like I can pick up on how people feel, or like for example, if someone's having a bad day, and like what makes me feel happy and what makes my day is being there for them and helping them through it. Especially because growing up, I didn't really feel heard like that. It's very important for me to know that the people around me are heard and felt. So that's what brings me joy.
That's beautiful. What is your favorite thing about Venture House?
I like that it's really busy and there's always a lot to do. I also like the spades competitions in the evening program and on the weekends. It's very intense. I've been able to learn spades and hold my own. But yeah, definitely the fact that everyone's friendly and the fact that I can just be busy and be myself here, because I'm also very loud here, and I love that no one blinks an eye to that. So it's really fun.
It's great to be authentic and held by the community here.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the podcast is to try to destigmatize mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
And like, what is something you would want someone who doesn't know about mental illness or mental health, what would you like them to know?
Just because you have a mental illness doesn't mean you're not a person. You can still function if you have mental illness. Just because you have maybe like a down moment or you have like a life crash, like your life is not over. And actually, like it's weird, but I'm kind of happy that I do have a mental illness, because like it helps me to relate with others and be more compassionate. So yeah, we're people too.
Yeah, we are. And I do feel like when you yourself suffer from a mental health condition, you are just in general more compassionate, because you know what it's like to be down, and
Exactly.
yeah, and so and empathetic too. So you look at the community here, and you would never guess that so and so was schizophrenic, or like even myself, I'm on the schizophrenia spectrum, and I think I'm pretty normal. Not that schizophrenia makes you abnormal, but just I'm not dangerous or anything like that.
Yeah, like people wouldn't necessarily think that I have like a mental illness, and I have multiple, but I'm always willing to share my story. This way, like people can relate. Like just because I might look normal, like there's stuff going on in my brain. There's stuff that I have to deal with. There's medicine I have to take. And that's another thing that I wish people knew about mental illness. And like, just because someone doesn't look like they have a mental illness doesn't mean that they don't. So don't just assume by looking at someone.
Absolutely. Could you tell us a little bit about your mental health journey? So like some high highs or some low lows?
Okay. So growing up, I was always like a high achiever. I was like the top of my class. I skipped a grade. I did all these clubs. I did pretty much everything. I was like an A student. Like I did some sports. I did karate for a few years. So I was on the up and up. Starting in high school, I've always struggled with self-esteem, but in high school, like depression like snuck in there a little bit, and I used to hide it by being like very over the top and very happy. My mental health journey, like I feel like it's like I've always had mental health issues, but it really came after I became a teacher. So in college, I did undergrad, I have my master's, everything's going good, I'm a teacher, and then boom, I go manic. I start acting like someone I'm not, just being really out there in ways that I don't agree with. Like getting a tattoo, getting multiple piercings, stuff like that. And it was to the point where my parents and my family didn't recognize me. They were scared for my health and my well-being, because I would like leave the house and just not return for a few days. And I just did a lot of stuff that just wasn't like me. So, I went from being this top student, this overachiever, to losing 2 jobs within a month because I was like out of my mind. And the crazy part of my journey is that I don't remember most of it because I literally was just out of my mind. I was having a manic episode. And so for about a year and a half, I was in and out of hospitals because I was having a medical crisis with lupus, as well as having like a psychiatric crisis. And actually my lupus affected my brain. So what started my psychiatric disability was lupus. It affects my brain, and it like affects my memory, affects how I think, and stuff like that. So I had a major crash. I haven't had a job for 2 years, in and out of hospitals. Shout out to Zucker Hillside. I've been there a lot.
Zucker Hillside, I've been there. It's a very nice facility.
Yeah, so I definitely appreciate the doctors and the social workers at Zucker Hillside. They got me through a lot. And yeah, it was a rough journey. I went from refusing my meds, and that made me go back into the hospital again, to actually overdosing on meds and being in the hospital again. So my journey has been short, but it's been a lot within a year and a half. Thankfully, I'm on meds, and I don't have any signs of mania right now, but I'm trying to learn more about like my symptoms and everything so that it doesn't happen again. But I'm also OCD, and I did have a fun episode with that during COVID. I started cleaning all surfaces. I started getting scared of using dishes, and I got scared of washing the dishes because I was just like, oh, I don't want to bring germs. I don't want to hurt anybody. And then also my brother is allergic to peanut butter. And so I started just not eating peanut butter. I started getting sunflower butter because I was scared that if I did something wrong that he would get hurt. I was cleaning a lot. Like I cleaned every surface after I used it. I changed the way I used the bathroom. I changed the way that I went to sleep. I changed everything. And that went away for a little bit, but it came back. And I'm just used to how I think OCD wise. So I do things to help me cope with it, but it's probably not considered quote unquote normal.
That is a lot in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
You've been through it.
Yeah.
One lighthearted thing and question I have for you is, did you enjoy the food at Zucker Hillside?
I did. Okay, their breakfast is fire.
I have said this to my mom so many times.
Yeah, their food is good. The staff is awesome. I love their programs. Like we were able to do art and different things like that. We had time to go outside.
That like little porch area.
Exactly. So like not all hospitals are you just stare at a wall. Like we actually had stuff to do, and the food was great. You know, we had different structured times to eat, but I was very excited when I got my little French toast, eggs, and bacon, you know, with potatoes.
Oh my God, yes.
It was delicious. So
I'm so happy that I have someone to commiserate with about the food. No one. Anyway, so good.
Yeah, the emergency room food was horrible, but the actual psych hospital food was great.
Yeah. The emergency food was like a piece of bread.
Just here, take this dry sandwich and enjoy it.
Moving on, what is one thing that you really love about yourself?
Ooh, that's interesting because I also deal with self-esteem issues, but I would say one thing I like about myself is that I'm observant. I pick up on people's like cues, and that's why I can be there for them. But yeah, that's a hard question.
Yeah. Well, still a good answer.
Thank you.
You said one thing I like about, but I said one thing I love about.
Oh, one thing I love about myself. I love that I can be goofy. I love my sense of humor. And I love that I can help cheer other people up.
That's so good. Having the ability to be goofy, even when times are tough, is like such a saving grace. Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to wrap up here, but is there anything else you'd like to talk about that we haven't touched on?
Just like a recap, like if you're struggling, you're not alone. There are people that know how you feel. Don't give up. Don't give in to the pressure. Don't give in to the dark moments. Like you will be okay. Just take it one day at a time. That's my motto.
I love it.
Oh, and take your meds.
One day at a time and take your meds. You heard it here first. My name is Delia Van Prague. This was Nothing Ventured. This is Shaina. And have a mentally healthy day.
Thank you for having me, Delia.
You're welcome. Doing a pod.
Doing business.
Yes, it's all business.